Hello, internet. Oh shit, Discord's the message still here. We're not full screen. There we go. Hello, internet,
Yes.
and welcome to the Salt Grinder. This is an emergency episode, okay? Because something happened that's a bit too interesting to wait a week on. By the time a week passes, all the rage would have died down, okay? And as you can tell by the title, it's not even called the Salt Grinder this time. It's called the YouTube Communist Conspiracy. Because YouTube has mass executed a bunch of accounts, okay, in the name of whatever, because they did something.
In the name of cheapness. That's what they did.
In the name of the algorithm, you know? Like, I don't know. I don't know what they did, okay? But here is the story. Markiplier's fans are the victim of this, and praises to Markiplier because he actually is doing as much as he can to get people's accounts back. And what happened is he was like doing a narrative thing where he is the main character and the stream directs him where to go. And if you want to go this direction, you vote green. And if you vote that direction, you vote red. And people vote, and depending on what he sees, he chooses a route, right? So people spammed emojis, and they didn't spam them like green, enter, green, enter, green, enter, like a flood of greens from the same person. No, they put like 6 greens together in one sentence, you know, like R, 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 and clicked enter. And everybody who did that got their accounts permanently banned from Google, not YouTube, from Google.
This is only fair.
Okay? Your Gmail that's linked to your PayPal, your work office, your Google Docs, no access anymore. You know, that novel you've been working on for the past 20 years, gone. Can't access
Your
Never.
Duania box that's linked to the Google Sheets.
Gone.
Gone.
Everything is gone, okay? Away from your access. Your Google Drive, maybe you backed up everything on the cloud. Well, there it goes, right?
There goes your cloud.
There goes your cloud. And
It's raining.
the first thing you think of, right? Just like anything in the world, you appeal your problem, somebody will look it over, look that it was unfair, and then fix your problem for you, and you say goodbye, right? Everything okay. Well, every demand to appeal this ban has been rejected by YouTube and by Google. So you lost the account. You're done. That's what's been happening in YouTube. And there's no response from YouTube so far.
Did you add? 1 second. Did you add to the title Markiplier controversy?
Nope.
Dumbass. Go add it now.
Too clickbaity.
No, it's not. Just this guy's that dumbass. All right. Technical difficulties. Add it to the title. Goddammit.
No, but it removes the dramatic flair of the YouTube Communist Conspiracy title, Aziz sir.
Aziz sir. Okay. In the comment, in the description, hashtag Markiplier. That's it. All right. Just
Okay.
hashtag Mark.
So I just put it on the live dashboard and it'll auto-update?
I think so. Yes.
It would
Hashtag
be better to do it on YouTube itself.
Markiplier.
Okay, let me take a look-see. So, let's see.
Watch out, you might be on their banned list.
Oh, if I am convinced I'm already on their ban list, okay? So, let's see.
Watch out, you might be on their.
You're too irrelevant to be on the ban list.
What do you mean? I am extremely irrelevant. I'll just add Markiplier to the main title too, since I can automatically update. There we go. Markiplier mass.
Hashtag.
ban.
Hashtag is important.
I put the hashtag. I swear.
All right.
It's also
All right,
it's
carry
called
on.
It's called a number sign.
Number sign. Carry on. Carry on.
Now, here is the biggest problem here. Okay? The biggest problem here is that YouTube isn't responding. Not that the problem happened. Is that YouTube looked and decided, what's that over there? Right? And just went there. Meanwhile, somebody can't access their work files.
Here's my theory.
Yeah?
Here's my theory. It's a company within a company within a company type of situation. Right now, like you can go mad and sad about what happened with YouTube and what they did. But the problem, if you banned the whole Google account, you need to talk to Google themselves. Because YouTube is under Google, and that's how the situation goes.
But people are talking to Google as well, right?
And okay,
They're still being rejected. The problem originates from YouTube, which is why I'm saying they're the ones looking the other way.
yeah, yeah.
But people have, like, Google has been rejecting it as well. It's on, like, I'm mainly attacking YouTube because it's their problem, because I hate Susan, right?
It started at YouTube. I understand why you attacking YouTube.
It's just this is like utterly ridiculous to a point, like, because like we're live streaming right now on YouTube, right? Anybody who's commenting in the comment section here may lose their accounts, including us.
Oh, can I try?
You can try, you know, you can try. Like, I have nothing linked to Google. Everything is in Microsoft, you know.
I think what's happening is the purge. Google has they have way too many accounts on their servers, and they're now launching Google Stadia, and that needs a lot of load, and they want to purge as much load as they can from their accounts, so Google Stadia can run smoothly.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Big company, they're just looking for the cheapest option, right?
Dude, all you need to do is remove all the child songs from YouTube, those 9-hour videos of
But
children.
they make money.
No. Nobody cares about Markiplier. God damn it. The only useless YouTuber on the whole planet. Like, Babushka is even more relevant than Markiplier. Like, seriously, who spends time watching Markiplier? The man-child. Oh my god, he's so funny. No, you're wasting it. You're literally sinning by watching him. It's that bad.
Yes.
Nobody cares. That's
yes,
what.
Aziz.
Child songs make money. Markiplier is useless. There you go.
Yeah, but they
Google
didn't-
Stadia on the door.
Yeah, but they already killed Markiplier once. He came back, and they're like, "Oh fuck," you know.
Kill him again. It's simple. Very
Yeah,
simple.
but they didn't kill him this time. They killed his fans, the watchers.
Yeah, they killed his family.
Killing with 1,000 cuts. Same thing.
Like, again, like, you can, dude. YouTube has been like on a steady stream of fuck ups for the past like year, right? It started like getting serious with the monkey ban. Are you guys familiar?
The monkey ban?
Monkey.
Monkey with an M instead of N.
Monkey, okay.
And that guy like made a bunch of anti fucking school shooter satire content, and they threw 3 strikes at him and killed him. Permabanned him and his secondary channel, and when he tried to make a new one, banned that one, and when his girlfriend made him one, they banned that one as well.
What's their agenda, goddammit?
What's going on here?
Another question: why Markiplier is not trending on Twitter?
Very simple. It's because nobody. This is too big of a scandal.
It is too big of a scandal. Like that's the thing with big companies. Like chasing the cheaper option. Just have a machine to do it. Just have a cheap code of line to do it, an algorithm or whatever. Like that's a huge problem. Like one fuck up and it's just a chain of fuck ups that carries over with the first one and the second one and so on and so forth. And it has been annoying. Like you need real people to assess the situation and to look. And
they're understaffed. I get that. You're right on this. And they're understaffed, so they want to submit stuff to the algorithm. But even YouTube's manual appeals, like again with the monkey case, there's a wonderful video. I've been referencing this for like the past 3 weeks on the Salt Grinder. But there's a wonderful video called "Video Vigilante." What YouTube doesn't want you to know, made by a channel called Gunakaru, right? And that guy, it's an hour and a half video, and he begins it with Monkey, and then he shows you all the horrible stuff that YouTube hides behind its shadow, what the algorithm does, and all of that stuff. And Monkey's videos were manually approved for monetization.
Manually approved.
Yes, but they were struck anyway, after the fact. And they were struck 6 months or 3 months or 4 months after they were uploaded. It's not like it happened right away, you know. No, it was approved, it sat down for a while, then suddenly they threw the axe in. And nobody knows why. Right? And the same thing happens here. Nobody knows why this is happening, and to Markiplier specifically. Nobody knows. And is it an algorithm fuck up? Is it some employee on their period? What is happening?
Susan is on her period. First period for Susan.
And Susan has been like actively trying to engage with the community more by communicating with all the YouTubers that don't matter. You know, just for the pictures, right? And meanwhile, I'm sitting here seeing the platform I basically grew on, you know.
Oh yeah, basically, yeah.
Deteriorating, and I have no alternative to switch to and protest.
Well, that is true. I know what's happening. I know what's happening. They're trying to make YouTube just like your regular shows on your regular TV.
Well,
promoting all the makeup artists, all the Conans of whatever, all late shows, and
making YouTubers have their own TV shows.
The lame part of TV and whatnot.
Yeah, the thing that YouTube was built upon to escape, you know.
Exactly.
We were meant to escape. You know, we would rather watch the annoying Orange than watch Late Night with Jimmy Kimmel. But now Jimmy Kimmel comes here.
Exactly.
You know. What the fuck? What do you want? You know?
What happened to our great dystopia?
Dude, YouTube just realized it's about time that this platform will fall, all right? This platform is going to fall anytime. It's almost there. So why not make as much money as you can? It's like they're pulling Fallout 76, all right?
But
the best way to make money is from TV shows. Is making it a TV show. Because let's be serious here. YouTubers can fuck up as much. They are prone to fuck up. Like the Jew scandal PewDiePie, the Hitler scandals of all YouTubers. You cannot finish it. But if you transform this into TV talk show, it's easy money. It's easy money.
But Aziz, they're not making money off it though.
You can name it even JimmyTube, and it's gonna.
Dude, YouTube has been losing millions, and Google are angry with them. Like Susan's policies of demonetization not only affects the creators, the influencers, you know, it also affects the cooperation of YouTube. They're losing money because of all these adpocalypse and all this woke culture and cancel culture working around. It's not good for anybody. It's there is an idea here. Maybe there was a meeting, all right, where Google is very angry with YouTube, all right.
Okay.
So Mrs. Google is very angry with Miss YouTube, all right. And Mrs. Google say, all right, I gave you, this is your last warning, and this is my first strike. And Mrs. Google ban 20,000 account. All right, come at me, Miss YouTube. Do your best or more will come. I think this is what's happening. It makes sense. Like Google is just, all right, it's okay, this is the first wave. If you don't do good, there will be a second and a third until I shut down your whole platform. This is what's happening. It's an internal fight.
Like
I'm throwing conspiracy.
You think it's like a mini civil war that's happening between Google and YouTube?
This or Google Stadia.
You know, the kill YouTube, bring a new video platform, but that only destroys. Everybody will migrate to different regions. You know, you broke up the big oil, and now there are a bunch of sub companies all fighting. The second the monopoly breaks, and YouTube has a monopoly on videos. Virtual monopoly on videos, right? The second that's destroyed, you'll never get it back again. Too much competition.
Google had doesn't care. What Google will lose? Nothing. Just nothing. In the empire that Google is, what is YouTube? Just a pawn.
They lose data, Aziz.
Nah, they have much more. Androids are everywhere now.
Androids are everywhere.
Android is recording my fucking voice right now.
Dude,
hello, Android.
Google declared war.
Subscribe to DarkraiQ8.
Google's declared war on China. Okay, they don't need internal fighting. Okay, like I've been following the Huawei case very closely, and like China is coming up with apps, and if my prediction has any merit, within 5 years, apps better than Google could even imagine will be put on that fucking phone and on their computers, and they will outshine anything Google ever does. And the only thing that will keep Google running is the same thing Apple still makes money, the brand name. And if they keep screwing people over like this, Google will lose to China. And nobody wants China to win, okay? Nobody.
Oh yeah, that's why the Huawei problem started in the first place.
Yep, because China was winning too much. You know, the trade sanctions Trump put on China. Why? You know, all the Democrats are like, oh, the Trump, you're being too horrible to China. You have to. They have social credit programs on trial. You know, they have a national trial. The entire China has social credits on demo right now. You know, and every time you ask somebody from the West, ask them, how's the social credit system? Oh, it's wonderful. It's great. It's so good. Please don't lower my score. Like that's how they.
What is the social credit system? What is that?
Basically, you have a credit system from 950 to 350, right? And if you have a high social score, you'll be they'll give you more loans. They'll give you more stuff. They'll put your names on bulletin boards so you can feel accomplished. And you gain points by making mature decisions, like good decisions, being a good, law-obeying citizen, and doing heroic deeds, whatever the fuck that means.
Heroic deeds? What?
Okay, and you lose points. Let's say if you purchase a 6-pack of beer once a week, okay? The algorithm they imposed could ascertain that that means you're an alcoholic. There goes your social credit score. You jaywalk.
Dude, this sounds like fun. You can grind points. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, if you're playing a fucking game. Yeah.
It sounds like a video game. I'm gonna grind my social point so I can be the president.
Dude, you jaywalk, lose credit.
What's jaywalking?
Jaywalking is basically
crossing the road where if there's no road cross, you illegally cross the road.
Why it's called Jay?
I don't know. It's Americans. No. If you jaywalk, if you spit on the street, if you are driving very angrily, that's very special
Indians
for you.
Must have a horrible social credit.
That won't work in India. Trust me. Even if you impose it won't work.
But it's just like the credit system in the States.
But here's the difference. There is a business application to the credits in the States.
Yeah.
If you have too negative of a score in China, you can no longer buy tickets, subway train tickets. You can no longer travel on planes. There are apps that tell you who the people with the social credit scores are.
Oh, this is a Black Mirror type of shit.
This is Black Mirror. Right? Right? It's that episode, first episode of second season. It's that episode, right? But worse, because at least that one was a social credit score. This one is everything credit score. And basically, China, if they decide they don't like you, any day of the week, they can just lower your social score to the lowest, and now you've been blacklisted in the entire country. Anytime they want.
Holy shit.
Yep, and it's on demo right now. And nobody's talking about it.
But
Why
China is number one.
Yeah, why do you think Hong Kong is so angry? Why do you think they're just like rising? It's just like Britain, take us over again, you know? By all means, oppress us. Just get us away from this bloody China, you know?
All the tea you want, we will give you.
So you have the China's doing that, right? Google cannot afford to lose. China will win if you give it any opening, any opportunity.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
So Google fucking up, YouTube fucking up, you know, like all of this stuff will not be any good for anybody. It's not good for anybody, not for YouTube, not for the people, not for us. And all we want is a genuine, this is a mistake, we're working on it. People will be patient. They have no choice. You know, they will be patient. They'll complain, they'll bitch, moan, and complain, but at least give us a response, a proper response.
Maybe it's a PR stunt move. Like, we don't have enough people on YouTube. Let's make us famous. Let's hashtag YouTube the purge. Then we return the accounts.
No, but everything was on hush hush. Like nothing is trending anywhere.
I don't know. People are too too scared to.
They would have apologized.
Yeah.
Had it been a publicity stunt. Look at how good we are. The algorithm fucked up. We're working on it. You know.
Maybe they want to milk it. Nobody's talking about it, so they're waiting.
Or maybe nobody's talking about it because they're intentionally suppressing it. Yeah,
but again, like the idea comes, what's their agenda? What's their intention?
I think it's an algorithm fuck up, right? And they want to bury it as quickly as possible. And now they don't know what to do. You know, when you shot the guy, first thing you do is hide the body, and then you do this for 6 hours before you call your friend to bury it somewhere. That's YouTube right now. You know, but except if instead of killing a body, you did like what the communists do. You know, a mass field of skeletons. You know, and the question is how to Photoshop it away from existence. You know, that's the question, right? This is the scale we're in right now. You know, they started with one guy, you know, Mumkey, you know, a couple of channels here and there, some leftist propaganda channels, some rightist rightist propaganda channels, you know, some neo-Nazis to make sure that, you know, people think we're good guys, just you know, kill some Nazis. And now they're like, okay, how about we kill spammers? What do you mean spammers? Any spammers? Even good skip spammers? Yes. Even responsible spammers? Yes. What about yes? That's YouTube right now. And nobody's talking about it. And now, okay, I've complained enough. Let's talk solutions. How do we resolve this?
By skipping the cheaper route and having more people. Like that's the main problem, is just relying on numbers and bits and bytes.
Let me be more specific. I'm not counting on YouTube solving this. What can we do about this?
We?
The people. You know?
The
people. Well, I mean, we cannot reach YouTube. So the only thing that we can do is just talk about it and make other people know that this problem exists.
Here's my proposal. We need to form a union.
We don't work over there. Union for what?
Hear me out. Hear me out. So, would you agree that the YouTubers and influencers have been screwed over and exploited by YouTube for the past 2-3 years?
2-3 years? Go more, yeah.
Yeah. But extensively.
Oh, yes.
Right? Like to the max. They're milking us to the max right now. Right?
Mm-hmm.
When any workers, like any labor union formed, it was because their workers, the people who actually put boots on the ground and actually do all the work for the big corporates, were screwed over. When they were screwed over, they banded together into a union and they made like moves. They went on strikes, organized strikes, until they got their rights back, until their work hours got improved, until their pay got increased, until they became respected as individuals. Because construction workers in America used to be horribly paid. Now they get paid, I think, even more than the engineers do. You know.
Okay. I get. That's how union starts. And in order for it to be successful, you have to take action. How can you take action on a virtual platform?
Do you know what's the problem? Do you know what's the problem? Unions need leaders. Who's gonna lead us? Markiplier?
Okay.
PewDiePie?
Let me convince you guys that YouTube can do something. Okay, and it's something that pissed me off. Okay, the YouTubers. Do you know Mr. Beast?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, plant the trees. $1 equals 1 tree, and the entire world started donating, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was the idea that YouTube can band together to make a change. It was a fuck you to the corporates who think we're useless and we can't do anything. You know. Well, how about instead of planting fucking trees, you save this platform, you pieces of shit, right? If you
Mr. Beast for president.
How about we don't need like one leader, just the big YouTubers with the biggest followings. They can all sit together on a table the same way the Illuminati probably does, you know, with pipe smoke and fucking like prostitutes just, you know, walking around, okay? And they'll be like, how do we save our platform before the corporates take over? And then PewDiePie shows up, right? Shows up, and he's like, how about we go on strike? We go on strike. We stream striking, right? Meme review striking, right? And then, I don't know, who else is there? Keemstar sits down. And I don't know, what does Keemstar do? I never watched him. Eats popcorn, I don't know.
Yeah, he eats popcorn.
And all of them agree, you know what, YouTube? For the next month, no videos from anybody. In fact, we're going to tell our entire following to stop watching YouTube for a month. There goes your ad revenue, you pieces of shit. You know?
Well, yeah, a whole month of no videos.
By your top guys.
That will hurt.
Exactly. And then YouTube will be like in the defensive, you know, in the feudal position. And they're like, okay, guys, this isn't funny. Guys,
this isn't funny.
This isn't funny. You know,
please.
You get Susan. It's like, okay, what do I need to do? Quit. But quit. But quit. No coming back. Quit. You know, just be stiff about it. It's that simple, really. If you can plant trees, you can do this. Okay. Donating money is easy. Doing this is not easy, and somebody needs to do it. I don't have the following to do it. I'm only the guy with the idea. Okay.
Oh, you got us.
Okay, we can start a union. Let's boycott YouTube. You know, all 5 of us. You know. And I don't
Total
mind.
subscribers is 500.
Dude, I'm legitimately scared for my stream. Okay? This is why I'm so passionate about this. Because I chose YouTube as my platform. I love YouTube. I want YouTube to prosper, and I want to prosper in YouTube. When we considered all the options, DLive, Mixer, Twitch, all of these things, we eventually settled YouTube, right? But I may be banned. You know the shit we say, you know. We made punching bags of transgenders and like leftists. We kick Negroes for fun. You know, we just shit on people, right? That's our thing here. Making light of all this crap. This is now unacceptable on this platform. Had we been more popular, we would have probably been banned a while ago, right?
Yeah.
But it's not like any other platform is any better, right? Mixer has its regulations. God forbid we join Twitch. You know, we showing our man tits would be the only thing we can get away with, and we probably couldn't get away with that too, right? Right. And D-Live is made by Chinese people, and I don't know about you, but I can't trust a Chinese person. It's not about racism, man. It's about communism, man.
It's statistics, man.
Probably D-Live is probably a pyramid scheme. I don't know how, but maybe.
Probably, dude. Everybody who analyzed D-Live's currency says the same thing. Don't do the currency. You can watch the videos, okay? But don't trust the currency. We don't know what the hell is going on there. Nobody knows. So, what options do we have, right?
Nothing.
I may be pushed away from YouTube permanently, at least for this live stream. I may need to go like, on podcast apps, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. This is extremely confusing situation for me. I don't know what to do with it. And all I can do is now complain and propose what little amount of solutions I can propose. But it's not within my power. Not yet, at least. Right? So, it's just, like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what YouTube can do about this at this point.
Yeah, this whole problem left us with more questions than answers. We don't know what is the problem to begin with to actually come up with answers. Like we can speculate, have fun, conspiracize, and theorize, and specialize, but nothing, just nothing.
It's just. There's another thing too that YouTube. This time it wasn't YouTube. It was the government, the U.S. government, which they created the most ridiculous shit ever. Basically, they proposed a law which passed. You're not allowed to to do what is it called? You know how like the ads are now personalized for you.
Yeah.
You cannot put personalized ads on child-friendly content. And if you do, like if you say that your content is child-friendly, and it isn't, or rather let me explain it better. If you say your content isn't child-friendly, but they discover that it is, they can fine you $40,000. Because $40,000 US. And the idea is a lot of idiotic parents in the US were like, oh, our kids are watching too much YouTube and they may accidentally click on a video saying, fuck, oh no, right? And the US government is like, yeah, we can't have that happening. Nuh-uh, yeehaw. And they were like, let's impose this removal of revenue from child-friendly content, at least to the scale of, because the personalized ads is where the money is at for these YouTubers. If you're watching a war video, you'll be recommended War of Tanks, on the ads.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Right, and it's that simple. But you can't do it anymore if your channel is kid-friendly. And they made it the most vague thing ever. So, is Minecraft kid-friendly? Is it considered kid-friendly? I don't know. Is what do you call it? Is if I make a parody or a review of, I don't know, Avatar: The Last Airbender, is that considered child-friendly? Even if I'm analyzing the finer points of the animation design to teach animators how to animate properly, is this child-friendly content? We don't know. We don't know what that word means, right? But the law is implemented, and if you tick the box that this isn't child-friendly and therefore can be monetized personally, the ads are personalized towards people, and some guy or gal on her period or his period, okay, goes ahead and decides that this is child-friendly and you fucked up, you get fined $40,000 US. How will anybody feel safe uploading ever again?
No one can. I mean, you're just stuck in a limbo, right?
Yep.
You cannot do this, you cannot do that, but you need to make money. And like for regular YouTubers, it's Patreon, right? Or any other platform to get money from. But what about the other channels where they can't? Their audience are kids, and
they're too
parents
small.
will not listen. parents will not listen to kids in order to support their favorite channel or YouTuber or whatever, right? So like just stuck in a one shitty smelling limbo, and
And
like,
this,
they should just migrate from the US, just take their headquarters somewhere else, escape taxes and fucking and escape the dumb laws. Like, but where to go? Europe is shit right now with their laws. America is shit with their laws. I don't know about Australia. Africa as a continent is.
in my experience, the People's Republic of Ireland is the one that most companies go for tax evasion. But I don't know
But
about.
that's it. Tax evasion,
Yeah.
not nothing about laws and.
Yeah, but last time Zuckerberg got cute, the EU slapped him in the ass, right? And then the US slapped him again. So people are very concerned about this data collection, this entire data collecting age we are in, and they are justified. But this move is too drastic and too vague. I don't know what's on me and what's against me, you know? So what am I supposed to do? What are my responsibilities? How am I supposed to make money? What if my content is this or that? We don't have any of that anymore. All we have is like, like it feels like, again, that's why I wrote, that's why the word communist in the title is there, you know? It's like, what's Stalin's mood today? You know? Because if I smile, I may die. If I frown, I may die too. If I stay still, I may die. So which one is it? Which one is it gonna be? You know, roll the D20. You know.
Dude, if this is ironic coming from an Arab, but I really miss freedom of speech, like the whole with no restraints. This is what I love about YouTube and the internet in the first place. Freedom of speech, no restraint. You wanna say whatever you say. You wanna say whatever. Hitler did nothing wrong. You wanna say allegedly. You wanna say whatever. Whatever you wanna say. Whatever your kink is. Just push whatever agenda you want, and it's amazing. They were afraid of, ad people said for YouTube, all right, we're not going to put our ads on people who supports Nazis or whatever. So YouTube just going to make things clear. All right, if you talk about this, no ads for you. And just keep talking about whatever you want to talk about. And Patreon is there for everybody, even the Jews. Especially the Jews.
Specifically the Jews.
Yeah.
No, like... it all starts. It's no matter what topic we bitch on, right? It all winds up into the fucking cancel culture and the Me Too's and the Me Threes and the I'm living my truth and your logic doesn't matter and you're walking around in school campus telling people they're bigoted because they disagree with you. It all stems from there, right?
I miss being offended. I miss somebody goes on YouTube, shits about Islam, shits about Arabs, and with all offend and with all racism and with all religionism, and it's just I miss it.
Oh, you should.
I just miss it.
You should go to the only safe haven for bigoted, racist, I don't know, white people, the whitest of the white. You go to East Europe, okay? You go to Poland, you go to Hungary, okay? These people are the only people who rejected the migrants, and they're like, Hungary is for Hungarians and fuck everybody else, Their prime minister showed up in an EU interview and basically gave the middle finger to everybody, right? And when the interviewer is like, you're racist, your country's racist, it's like, how dare you insult my country, you piece of shit. How dare you?
Look at the comments.
What's happening?
What's happening in the comments?
God damn it, Mahmoud, you piece of shit. How dare you? Welcome. We missed you. to give context to my brother who probably showed up late, YouTube just did a mass execution on a bunch of accounts for spamming. And by spamming, they were playing a game on a live stream where a guy gives you a choice between two things, and he's basically the character, and you guide his the story he prepared for you. And you vote green, we go this route. If you vote red, we go that route. And write in the comments of the live stream, and people did, and they didn't do it in green spam multiple times. Enter. No, they did it in
in a row.
Yeah, in a sentence, right? In a row. So. And they were banned, not from YouTube, they were banned from all their Google accounts. So anything that was linked to that Google account, you no longer have access to. Your PayPal,
gone forever.
Google Drives, all of that stuff, all of that banned, all of that gone, all of that down the drain. Your work files, your Google Docs, whatever it is, gone forever, right? And every attempt to appeal the ban has been rejected by both YouTube and Google. This is the start, and I compared it, which is what the title's for. I compared it to a communist mass execution, right? This is why it's the YouTube communist conspiracy.
But do you know what's interesting? What do you own and what you don't own? What do you have and what you don't have?
Exactly.
Like a lot of critical information for me personally can disappear in a heartbeat.
Yeah, in a snap. Yeah.
Yeah, like if I lose my Google account right now, I'm 100% fucked.
100% naked.
1000% fucked.
There's nothing you can do about it, right? That's why I have a hard disk copy of everything I ever do, because I've always been paranoid about this, and here it is coming to fruition right in front of me, right? And the worst part of all this is that the apathy. That this, like, there isn't a response, no good response. You'd think that's why I'm pushing a union, right? Because if you push a union, the union can come together and it's like, let's have a negotiation. Let's make a code. Let's make a constitution of the internet. What every website is allowed to do to its users, like Facebook, any social media website. And we hold them accountable by law to follow these guidelines. Everything in the world except social media obeys these laws, right? Like
the first step, Trillion, the first step you have to do it on the channel is making a song parody. Let's get down to business.
No.
Dye your beard. No, you have to dye your beard.
No, stop with the horrible idea.
No, you dye your beard half red, half green.
No, that's racist.
And you sing, let's get down to business to make a union. YouTube, you're the saddest shit I ever. And you carry on. It's fun. Do it.
No, I will not submit to the will of the algorithm.
All hail 0
It's
201.
It's legitimately a very precarious situation we're under right now. YouTube is under. The people who did it are under. And I know I'm repeating it, but it's because I'm in awe. I'm in shock. I'm shell shocked, that this could happen so quickly and with so little consequence. Because Google don't care, and people don't care. They're gonna keep using Google, right? Nobody will use Bing.
Yeah.
What's that?
Probably now people feel entitled to their accounts and shit, and then Google comes out in the court or somewhere. Have you ever read the terms of services? And nobody's like, what is this? And in the terms of services, we own your ass. We own your ass.
No, as a question, and this is me being a history nerd, okay? I recognize this, but as a question, what do you think is the greatest invention in modern day? You can go as far as you want. Fine, you can argue that.
Electricity, I don't know.
Aziz, what's your answer?
Dildos are not invention, Aziz.
ASMR is not an invention. YouTube is not an... Okay. Pass. Okay. Pass. Okay. I argue, personally, that the greatest invention that was done in modern times, and it was not done in modern times, it was done in the medieval era, funny enough, it's the Magna Carta, the Great Charter that was made for the British, that eventually led to the British parliamentary system, and the power of the individual, which migrated to America and created the greatest idea of freedom of speech we have, which is in America, right?
For a second, I thought it was the greatest iPhone.
No. Now, the reason I say this is the greatest invention, the Magna Carta is the greatest invention, is because that probably shaped the world, and it wasn't meant to, but it shaped our modern world through the spread of British imperialism, right? Shaped our perception of modern society and modern progress, which is power to the individual. The state serves the individual, not the other way around. The only time where the state, where the individual served the state, in somewhere in the modern era, after the big cultural revolutions and the Voltaires and the Nietzsches and all that, and as they call it, the death of God in philosophy, happened in communist countries, Soviet Russia, now China, right? Now the people serve the state, and what happens whenever you put the state above the people is that all bets are off. The human is now an insect, a number, a unit that can be exploited and moved about as you please. And now if you go to an exchange, you go to America, where the culture is built upon the individual first, state second, you see the state trying its best, right, to wrench power from the individual while still pretending like they give power to the individual. And there is like a big, power game that's being played, but that power play limits their ability to take over total control, right? And that's the big part of that's the great debt the world owes to Great Britain, right? So we don't have a great charter. We don't have a Magna Carta in the internet, right? It was built by people, by scum basically, who were rejected from the world, and they found a safe haven, and now that safe haven is being taken over by people who looked at it, saw that it had no great charter, and decided to exploit it. Well, guess what? We need to implement what happens in real life. If you're going to bring real life to the internet, then you have to bring all the rights that come with it. And right now, YouTube, Facebook, big tech is no longer a matter of private companies. At this point, they're a community. They're a village. They're a city, and there needs to be law to mitigate this. Fair law. There must be accountable. There must be accountability, and there must be responsibility, and there needs to be reduced this preposterous notion that you can just exploit anybody just because they're a number and an algorithm on the internet. The internet is much bigger than that now.
Yeah.
Preach, brother.
That's a long monologue that you don't know how to carry over, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Like here's the thing. When it comes to YouTube and Google, it's the states. The states can implement laws for those two companies, for them to force them to follow, right?
Yep.
But here's the problem. Like the senates are bunch of old people
who don't know anything. Yeah.
Who don't know anything, and when you preach that to them, Like they don't understand it and they don't get it and they don't see how big the situation is and how exploited it is. So like you need to get that across.
Well, you
And
start
but
reading,
that's like
bitch. You know.
that's the step. Like now there's a clear step at least, right?
Yeah, yeah. We start with what do we want, right? We want this. How to implement it may take 10 years, and I don't mind that it takes 10 years. But at least we know that it's happening. And because we know it's happening, you know, when you're building a building, you know, you can, people see the progress and they'll be like, okay, once the building is done, everything opens. You know, when you see a bridge, a convenience bridge being built, you know, this touches Kuwait very deeply. You know, a certain bridge in the Shueikh area. You know, you see it, and for 6 years you're driving that road, and it's like I hate my life because so many detours because the bridge is being built. But once the bridge is done, you know things will be better. You know,
That's true.
and so when you're driving, there is a point of reconciliation. You know, like at least once it's done, things will be better. And once it is done, things become better. And you're like, whew, you know, finally, we can progress now. We can go fast. But if the road has no bridge being built and it's broken, which it is right now, on the internet, and there's no way you can think of that gives you a resolution, then all that creates is frustration. All that creates is, like, what do you call it? Disassociation. Just you just you want to separate yourself from everything, right? And that's one thing that the dumb people want. I just want to play my video games, and I want to sit in my room and do this, okay, with my plush toys and my body pillows, and I want the world to fix itself, you know? No, you need to stop bitching. Bitching is good, you know.
I don't know what you're expecting from you. What you described right now, right here, is a typical YouTuber. These guys are rejects of society who could not handle real life. They're amazing. They're great behind the camera or behind the screen. They're gods in their own little world. But once they go outside, once shit gets serious, deep down they're just, you know, closing and maybe introverts, pieces of shit who play video games all the time. And they, what do you expect from these guys? For real, what do you expect from them? Nothing.
I expect one
Expectation is
I expect,
down there.
I expect one thing. One thing only. I expect them to be human beings who don't like being stepped on. It's that simple. That's all I expect.
Dude, if one thing you told me about weebs and nerds, they like being dominated. This is what you told me.
Fair fucking enough. I
And with that note, you shouldn't end the stream.
No, it is a fair point. I won't disagree with you. I know people like on the internet just can't handle politics and deep union. You want us to act? Holy shit! I need to step out, but I didn't step out in 20 years. Everything just comes to me, you know? I know that. I know all of this. I know these people who donate thousands of dollars on streams and like, you know, all they do in life is moderate boob streamers chats. You know, I know these people exist. I know. Okay? They're sad, but it doesn't take too many people. Okay? It doesn't take too many people.
Yeah, fair enough.
It takes just like 1 in 100, if not even more, 1 in 1,000, 1 in 10,000, to move the rest. Everybody's afraid of stepping into the water until one guy jumps in and be like, "Oh, look at how awesome the water is," right? That's all it takes. You know, one Columbus to discover America. That's all we need to exploit an entire continent. Okay?
To kill all.
Okay, politics, politician, and the internet have been talking to each other. but the focus that's happening lately is only about money. Like, oh, you cannot take money from that. Oh, you cannot give money to this. Oh, it's only about money. There is no focus on laws of, as you said, fairness in communities,
Pretty much.
and how a giant behemoth like YouTube or Google should act upon like their users, or how the users should act upon YouTube and Google.
Well, here's the thing, right? When oil got discovered and all these companies capitalized on it very quickly, there was a monopoly for oil, you know? Big oil was a thing once upon a time. And then the government looked around and was like, if these guys control the oil, they control everything. So they broke it. They split the oil monopolies into smaller companies, and now everything's fine. Right? Of course, big tech is way more complicated than big oil, and it's a way tougher nut to crack. And we don't know exactly how we can split everything, since everything is so complicatedly interconnected, almost as if they don't want to be split, you know? So we don't know how to do it, but there needs to be steps towards it, because data is the new oil, as every guy with a brain always tells you. Right now, data is where it's at. Just ask China with their social credit system, you know? Data is the new oil. And so data needs to be controlled and needs to be mitigated and compressed. And I know I'm talking a bit I'm throwing too many issues at once here on the wall. But my hope here is like the one guy who gets to watch this hears something that he can, you know, contemplate.
It could be she.
You know what's wrong with it?
Or them.
We are gonna die in 5 minutes, okay? I should be 9 miles from here, all right? How dare you? I'm here talking about the big issues, and all you care about is subscriber count and Patreon.
Kid, you need a wig right now, and let's make you make a video like that. That's gonna be great.
I think I would be banned so quickly. What's her name?
That's gonna be amazing. It was gonna be amazing, dude. You're gonna offend everybody, and it's a calling for everybody at the same time. Like, you're gonna be loved and hated by one person at the same time. Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, I still can't get.
You need these two ponytails, you know? How dare you? With the beard. How dare you? You put one ponytail here.
And I need to pull the accent, right?
Yeah, you have to.
How dare you?
How dare you?
And
how dare you take my dows?
And you know, like teenagers throwing speeches in the UN like they're a big deal. Like the UN is a big deal. Like they can do anything, right? And then you have China, and then you have the United States trying to impeach Trump, and like all this fucking disaster after disaster. And of course you have the British, just like you know, European Union loves me, European Union loves me not, European Union loves me, you know, just sitting for like the next 200 years. You know, like I saw this meme. I think Abby posted it in our group, which is like the entirety of the Earth in year 237 joined the Galactic Federation, except Great Britain, that's still trying to leave the EU. You know. I saw another post where they're like a comment on YouTube that basically said, you know, like wrote a dystopian future where like. You know, every time we have to go, there is the doom god of Brexit, right? And every time there is a ritual that needs to be made where one of our primary leaders has to go to the mainland and ask for an extension, or else the god of Brexit, that we don't know what it means, will fall down upon us. And it became like a religion, you know? basically the story is that Brexit took so long it became as like, you know, just a part of the fucking way we do things in life, you know, a ritual. It's a mess. It's a huge mess.
It is.
And it all starts with tampons.
The circle of life. We circle back.
We always go back.
Yes.
And I'm not calling out the females, okay? I'm calling out the tampons.
Woman, you go kitchen! Sandwich me!
Again,
We ban!
Again, I don't blame the women. I blame the tampons. I'm very specific here, okay?
Like it's tomato. Same thing. Tampons, women, diapers. But wait 1 second. Diapers, women, tampons.
I'm not married.
I'm not married. I don't want to sleep on the couch tonight.
On that note,
Make me a sandwich.
On that note, I think we've ranted enough for an emergency stream. So, you guys want to wrap it up? Like what?
Yes.
Closing statements, closing remarks.
Keep your coins safe. Have a hard copy of your files, and drink water.
Drink water.
Aziz?
I don't know what to say. Since YouTube is going to die, at least I want to reach 1,000 sub people. I want to enable monetization just for 1 second.
Just make that 1 cent so you can tell your grandchildren back in my day, you know.
Back in my day.
Yeah. You can already claim that you made money on the internet because people already donated to your channel, right?
Yeah.
So
donation is of the people. Yeah, that's one bucket list thing. But YouTube money is different. You know, it has different taste, different haram in it. You know,
different type of poker.
Yeah. Subscribe to DarkraiQ8. 1,000 sub is the goal, and I may boob stream.
On that note,
that's all.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Whoever tuned in, whoever is watching it later, thank you for reaching the end. We're gonna stream Salt Grinder same time as usual, Saturday, whatever the time is. I don't remember. You guys know. And we'll see you guys on the next one.